Police officers, prisoners injured in attempted jailbreak at 100-man lockup. The police have shed more light on an attempted jailbreak at Portmore Police Station, more popularly known as 100-man, early Wednesday morning. Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, commanding officer for the St. Catherine South Division, told reporters that about 4:30 a.m., the sergeant on duty was conducting his regular patrol when he heard strange sounds coming from the back of the lockup. On further observation, the sergeant realized that several prisoners who were supposed to be locked in their cells were on the outside, gathered in a passageway. SSP Phillips said the sergeant and other officers had to call for reinforcement as the prisoners barricaded the entrance to the lockup. They started to throw parts of tissue that were damaged after the police officers. They basically attacked the team going in. They had to call for reinforcement. The team, however, managed to get the situation under control using less lethal option, of course, he disclosed. SSP Phillips said 3 police officers and about 7 prisoners were injured in the incident and have received medical attention. He said the police have increased their vigilance, having recently identified what he terms a determined effort to break out of the lockup. SSP Phillips advised that visitation has been temporarily restricted following Wednesday's morning attempted jailbreak and appeal for understanding from members of the public. Well, as it is now, we will have to make some repairs to the facility, and so they just have to bear with us for now, but we have to do what is necessary to ensure the security of the facility and those that are inside, he insisted. Hugh Faulkner, head of the Independent Commission of Investigations INDECOM, said a team has been dispatched to the Portmore Police Station to investigate Wednesday's incident at the lockup and reports of injuries to inmates.
As a result of a report of injuries to persons in custody, a team of INDECOM investigators, to include a forensic examiner, those officers are at the police station in Portmore gathering evidence. As a first step and a priority, once a citizen of Jamaica who is in the custody of the state alleges injury, we ensure that we advise the authorities to secure medical access without delay. We are at the same time seeking to obtain all the evidential material, whether forensic, whether human, whether technological. So the investigation is in progress.
Man charged over seizure of guns, imitation firearms in Clarendon. The police in Clarendon have charged a man in connection with the discovery of firearms and imitation guns at an unregistered security company on the premises of the Denby Showground. Charged with unauthorized possession of prohibited weapons and stockpiling of prohibited weapons is 34-year-old entrepreneur McCoy Paisley of Denby. He is to appear before the Mappin Parish Court on Thursday, January 25th. The police report that about 3:30 a.m. on Friday, January 19, lawmen carried out an operation at a security establishment in the parish. A search was conducted of the premises and a total of 7 air-wooden rifles, 5 .303 rifles, and 13 imitation firearms were found in a small room. Paisley was subsequently arrested and later charged. Probe widens after massive car stealing operation uncovered in St. Mary. The St. Mary Police, with support from other investigative arms within the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, have intensified their investigation into what appears to be a major car stealing ring in the parish. The widening investigation, comprising of Stolen Motor Vehicles Unit and the Criminal Investigations Branch, comes on the heels of the discovery of dozens of vehicle shells at 2 separate but highly dense vegetated areas at Rocky Hill Retreat in the parish by members of the local police team. So far, approximately 41 vehicles that appear to have been stolen and then scrapped have been discovered, and according to the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 2, Calvin Allen, the find came as a result of one of the stolen vehicles carrying a tracking device aboard. We are not going to leave any evidence to chance in terms of ascertaining exactly what these parts are, who is collecting these parts, and what is being done, said Allen. Allen pointed out that as a result of the police uncovering what he described as a massive stolen vehicle ring that has been taking place, all the critical and specialized arms of the JCF, to include the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Unit (CTOC) and the Stolen Motor Vehicle Unit, have been engaged. This is being done to ensure that all investigative procedures are engaged, the necessary evidence gathered, and we will follow the evidence to wherever it leads us. What we have seen is naturally the dismantling, the cutting up of vehicles. A lot of parts have been taken off these vehicles, and I want to commend the team that responded so quickly to the situation, Allen further stated. In the meantime, Senior Superintendent of Police for St. Mary Division, Bobbitt Morgan Simpson, said the search has so far pointed to the theft of a large number of Axiomotor cars, which, according to her, appear to be preferred choice among car thieves, along with stolen license plates. It is against that background that Morgan Simpson is urging motor vehicle owners to be vigilant and to install tracking devices so as to be better able to track their vehicles in event that they are stolen. CPFSA investigating rape of 7-year-old girl by cousin in Trelawney. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency CPFSA has launched an investigation into the alleged rape of a 7-year-old girl by her 26-year-old male cousin in Trelawney. The incident reported occurred at the man's home on Saturday, January 20, 2024. The man has since been arrested and was charged on Monday, January 22nd, and news release from the CPFSA stated. The CPFSA was made aware of this incident and we have launched an investigation into the matter. We'll be offering the victim and her family psychological support as well as any other forms necessary intervention, stated Laurette Adams-Thomas, Chief Executive Officer of the CPFSA. The trauma of sexual abuse can live with victims for a lifetime. It is an absolutely reprehensible. The CPFSA strongly condemns all forms of child abuse, and as a nation we must prioritize ending abuse against our children, especially as it can affect their mental and psychological development and influence the kind of adult they may grow up to be. We must stand up for these young victims by giving them the necessary support and doing everything we can to ensure that their abusers are held responsible for their acts, the CEO continued. Adams-Thomas went on to remind and encourage people to report any and all forms of child abuse under the 24-hour Child Abuse Report Hotline 211. She also informed that the child abuse reports may be made through WhatsApp, text at 876-878-2882, email reports at childprotection.gov.jm, or by using any CPFSA parish office or through its social media pages Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at CPFSAJM. Grace Kennedy Limited announces purchase of several properties along Harbour Street in downtown Kingston. Grace Kennedy Limited, GKL, has announced its purchase of several properties along Harbour Street in downtown Kingston. The properties include the ICD Group's head office and associated buildings. In a statement, GKL's Chief Executive Officer Don Webley says the move is a long-term strategic decision that aligns with the company's 2030 vision for growth. Mr. Webley also noted that the move reaffirms Grace Kennedy's commitment to the revitalization of downtown Kingston. He says the properties will significantly expand GKL's real estate portfolio and will generate immediate income through existing leases with the ICD Group, which will continue as tenants. Black River Tax Office suspends operations due to noxious fumes. Operations came to an halt at the Black River Tax Office in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday morning after noxious fumes spread throughout the facility, affecting staff members. Harris Horton, Chief Corporate Communications Officer at Tax Administration Jamaica, told reporters that all staff and other personnel in the establishment were evacuated about 10 o'clock when the strong odor was initially detected. She said the authorities were working to identify the source of the odor. We called in the fire services to do some investigation, and that is ongoing, and we have since called in the health department to see if they can assist us in terms of detecting what the cause was, and we'll do some more checks around that, so that is the stage that we are at now. Ms. Horton said the public will be updated on whether operations will resume on Thursday. Reporters were informed that some staff members were transported to hospital and other medical facilities for treatment after experiencing nausea and fainting, among other symptoms. Bunting confirms he will contest Manchester Southern for PNP. Former Member of Parliament Peter Bunting has confirmed that he will be contesting the Manchester Southern constituency at the next parliamentary elections for the People's National Party. For months, there has been speculation that the former Manchester Central MP was headed to the neighbouring constituency of Manchester Southern to challenge the Jamaica Labour Party Robert Chin. However, Bunting on Sunday confirmed his decision to return to representational politics. After being asked a number of times, I will say that I was reluctant to go back into representational politics after I was convinced that the people of South Manchester deserve a better MP than the one they now have. After I was convinced of that and I said, alright, they gave me the time, I'll deal with my personal business. Time come now to hit the road in South Manchester, Bunting told PNP supporters at a meeting in Port Manchester on Sunday. A video of his announcement has been posted on the People's National Party Manchester Southern Facebook page. Bunting lost to the ruling Jamaica Labour Party Walter Crawford in the September 30, 2020 general election. Crawford polled 8,139 votes over Bunting's 6,989 votes. Bunting had won 3 consecutive times in Manchester Central from 2007, along with another trump in Clarendon South Eastern, his first, over former Prime Minister Hugh Lawson-Shearer in the 1993 general election. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.